Welcome back to the Connect to Pleasure podcast, my lovelies. This is Kayla, your host. I go by she, her, hers pronouns. And this is your second episode of the day on day one of Open Cart for my one-on-one container. So, something I forgot to mention in the last episode is that today is a full moon in Aries. And I'm really excited that I didn't actually plan for my open cart to start on a full moon, but it is. So let's just dive into another one of why you might be having some hesitations around moving forward. So when I was at the Wild Feminine Fair in Gig Harbor in August, a lot of people kept coming up to me or just in passing of my booth said, "Oh, I need a partner before I can dive into that." And I didn't really realize it at the time of like, "Oh, I should stop these people and correct them." I just kind of felt like, "Well, I'm going to let that one slide." But after the fact, I thought about it and I was like, "No, people really need to understand why this is a really actually helpful container to do before having a partner, or even if you do have a partner, doing this before you actually address the things that are going on in your relationship." And to me, again, that signals that a lot of women still feel like sex and pleasure is only meant to be with a partner. And that, a- again, typically a partner, usually a male partner, is the one that is like the keeper of the pleasure, or they just feel like they can't work on pleasure and knowing themselves in that way without a partner. And or that, pleasure is more for the partner than for themselves. So all of those things lead to us not actually feeling like we have full agency and safety and love in ourselves and in our pleasure. So, this container was actually specifically created for you to do before doing work with a partner. Whether you actually have a partner or not doesn't really matter. It's really important to do this work for yourself. If you go back and listen to the very end of the episode that I did with Chris and Ellett, she talks about this. We talked about how when she was kind of first opening her practice, she did a lot of work and then she started getting people that were dealing with sexual issues in their relationships. And she didn't really know how to navigate that. So she went and did her own work around her own pleasure and understanding of sexuality with a sex therapist. And one really understood things for herself that was pre-marriage for her. So she felt like she got a ton out of it before she entered into a marriage, and also knew a lot of what could be helpful for her clients, her patients. So it actually really is helpful to give yourself this time, give yourself this space to dive into these containers and really discover for yourself, like, how do I feel about sex and pleasure? Chances are most of us don't have like 100% yeses around all of those things and feel completely safe in that. So, understanding for yourself, like, how do you feel about that? What are the stuck points that you have? What is your history with all of that? How do we move through the belief system barriers and the narrative barriers, as well as the physical barriers? And how do we connect your mind and your body together? We get out of your head and into feeling pleasure in your body, allowing yourself to be present in the moment with yourself and with a partner. But doing this work alone and allowing yourself this time and space to really dive deep into the waters of all of what makes up your understanding of sex and pleasure to then, again, my mission is to help you reclaim your pleasure, remember your power, and come home to your body to go through all of this and then come out on the other side, really having harnessed all of those things is so important. And then it makes that work with a partner that much more fruitful and easy. May not be easy, but it gives you a lot better foundation and platform to jump into that versus trying to do all of this all at the same time, because your partner also has to kind of do some of that work on their own as well. And then when you are working on the relationship part of it, then it's talking about the dynamic that the two of you have together. And so when I do work with couples, that is what I'm working more specifically on, is the dynamic between the two of you, and that's really important and is super important to address. But having this container to really dive into these things for yourself is so helpful going into that, and will give you so much knowledge, so much power, so much understanding of how do I set boundaries? How do I communicate about what I want and need to my partner? And if we haven't developed those skills yet, then the partner work takes a lot longer. And oftentimes we're in the same patterns and doing the same things over and over for a lot longer because we haven't been addressing these things. And in partner work, it's harder to address those individual aspects of where each person is in their own belief systems and their own bodies and how they're, processing all of that in one specific experience. So, if you are feeling like I need a partner in order to be able to do this container, that is definitely not the case. This container is for you, whether you have a partner or not, and can serve you so much in giving yourself time and space to really, again, reclaim your pleasure, remember your power, come home to your body on your own terms before getting into the nitty gritty of what it looks like to be with a partner. So, doors are open. And guess what? There's an early bird special. So exciting. So, if you are like, yeah, okay, I should do this. This is necessary. I have two different coaching packages. One is the core coaching package, and that is the 6 sessions, 6 teaching sessions, plus 2 integration sessions, so 8 sessions total over the course of 3 months. So we have a little bit of wiggle room with scheduling. And then the VIP upgrade is all of that, plus you get text and voice support with me through Telegram in between our sessions. And that is just a great way to have a little extra support through doing your homework assignments and whatever comes up for you. There's a lot that can come up around sex and intimacy and pleasure. So it can be helpful to have a little bit of extra support. So those two packages, the early bird rate is $500 off both of those. $500 off. So go claim that for sure. The core coaching package is usually $2,999 is $500 off. And the VIP coaching package is $4,999, and that is also $500 off if you purchase in full. So it's just for purchasing in full. The both options also have a 4-month payment plan. So the core coaching option is $750 a month for 4 months, and the VIP upgrade is $1,250 or yeah, $1,250. So $1,250 for 4 months. So those are staying the same, but if you pay in full, you get $500 off. Also, when you purchase your coaching package, if you decide to purchase some add-ons, they are 15% off. So the add-ons that I have are ongoing support after your container is finished, which is 2 sessions in a month that, again, are mostly just integration sessions. If you feel like you need extra support after the container is over, then you can purchase another 2 integration sessions within the course of a month, and that's for $750, and that's 15% off. Also, again, if you feel like you want to work on this with a partner, do this container first, and then you can also purchase a month kind of jump off period with your partner. So you get everything that we just did. And then we get to step into another month container with your partner where we do 4 sessions weekly with your partner and really start to work on that relationship between the two of you and give you tools to start really working on intimacy and pleasure together. So if you buy that, now alongside of your coaching package, that is also 15% off. So go get your discounts. Along with that, if you again purchase the in full early bird discount, then you get a free playlist from me that I have personally curated for you for your healing journey as well. Music is like part of how my soul communicates. I fully believe that like music is it is how my vibration vibrates. I don't know if that's the right language, but it my soul communicates through music. So music is so important, has been so important on my journey. And I've personally curated a playlist of all of the sacred feminine music that I really love to listen to that really helps center me and keep me on this journey as well. So you get that for free if you pay in full. I will have other bonuses coming throughout the open cart week. So stay tuned. But that's really the biggest things for you to know today is that you have $500 off. So go get your early bird discounts. There are 2 spots available for early bird. So, and it doesn't really matter if it's core coaching or VIP coaching. There's just 2 spots available for early bird. I forgot to mention that. So the first 2 people that sign up get that early bird special. And once those 2 spots are filled, then it will go back up to the normal price. So go get your early bird $500 off if this is really resonating with you. Also, if you are wanting to schedule a free consultation with me, they are optional now. I originally thought that everyone should do a consultation, but because I have limited time for them and it's kind of in the middle of the open cart week, they are going to be optional. So if you want to schedule a free 45-minute consultation with me, go click the link below in the show notes and we can chat all about where you're at, what you want out of this coaching container, and how it could be the right fit for you so you feel fully confident that you're making the right decision. And if there are still 2 spots open, then you still get that early bird discount if you do the 45-minute consultation, so that I will still honor that for sure. But again, there's only 2 spots. So make sure that you jump on it if you're really feeling like this could be a good fit for you and claim that spot. Okay? So I love you all. Very excited. Enjoy your full moon. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.